Hey guys, welcome to the channel of love. Right, okay, I'm trying to jump on quickly and not be on for too long today. But I do want to do an energy check-in reading. Let's move them away from the microphone. I'm undecided really which cards I want to use. I've got a few decks out. Like I say I don't want to stay on too long. So let's just have a look, see what the energy's like, see what we need to talk about, and that's that. So I'm using the Druid Craft Tarots, make sure they're up the right way, which they're not. Let's pull some cards, see what the energy, just see what's going on today. I'm feeling a lot of the Dark Night of the Soul, Dark Night in the Soul. That's exactly what it is. Dark Night of the Soul. Just kind of being a bit confused as to what is going on. We've got the Ace of Cups. So that's unconditional love. It's overflowing here. We've got the Three of Pentacles, which is about towards partnerships. We've got the Sun card. We've got the Magician. Okay, so Six of Swords, time to move on. Six of Wands, coming in for your recognition and reward. Got two here. The Nine of Cups, which is a single, independent, masculine energy. Five of Cups is being very discontented and bored. And then the King of Pentacles, which is the most stablest king in the deck. Underlying energy, the Prince of Pentacles. This is a knight. Knight comes in with offers. Pages are, well, this is a prince, which would be a knight, and what else? It's called a princess, the page in this deck. So the prince is the knight, and knight comes in with offers, and the princess will be a messenger. So I don't know why I'm saying that, but that's the difference between them. The more immature of the page, they bring a message, and if they're on a horse, they're a knight, and they bring in the offers. So this is an offer regarding future stability. It's long, I was going to say. It's slow and a long process to get to this, because this has taken careful consideration. This knight doesn't go charging off. He's thought about it. You can see that because he's kind of coming in rather gallantly here. Okay, let me show you the cards. Let me just have a look at them, because they came out very quick and I was just... So we have unconditional love here. I was talking about the dark night of the soul, so maybe this is what the transformation that happens after the dark night of the soul. Okay. So the Ace of Cups here is unconditional love. This is the universe offering you an opportunity, okay, to experience unconditional love in your life. This is about where you work, like-minded people, the partnerships that you have. It's about, I want to say, about being hungry for knowledge and for growth, which is what happens after. It's not so much hungry, it's more just open, okay? But it's very positive now, because we have a major arcana, which is the Sun. So this, now that we've experienced unconditional love, we're thinking about our partnerships, who we want to work with, who we're joining forces with. And we have this rather transparent figure here. It's like a new life with the Sun card. It's starting again. And then we have the Magician. So again, this is the universe stepping in, okay? This is the Magician card. He's the first person that you meet. The Fool's a 0 card. That's where we start off from. Okay, so no expectations. We're going again. And the first person we meet is a magician. And the magician will show you how to use his power. So it's a bit like us having the power of the creator, but then we forget. So this is about kind of coming back and understanding the laws of the universe. So it's a magician. It's like now you can play with the universe. But it's time to move on. Now this is in actually the centre of the reading here. So there's two in a boat. It is kind of like when you want to put your hood up and carry on, okay? So I'm going to say leaving the dark night of the soul, maybe coming out of this now. There's two in the boat. And then we have this gentleman coming in, and I always like to look at this as somebody returning from the past for reward, recognition. There's followers there as well. So this is someone feeling very worthy now, okay? And when I say coming back, if you're coming back feeling worthy, then it means there's change. There's been a transformation, okay, for people to actually recognise that. And that's what I'm feeling from this card. Then we have the independent energy of a gentleman on his own. There's 9 cups there. Okay, and look, he's holding his 9th as well, which makes me want to think that he's fulfilled his own cup of love, which means now he can share. So he'll be looking now for the 10 of cups, which will be finding a partner so that then you can live together. And as the 10 of cups, which is a very happy life. And that happens after, obviously, you've gone through a transformation, because this masculine energy here is feeling the emotion of love, meaning he's embraced his feminine energy. But then we have this discontented and bored here, not really knowing what to do. So this is feeling emotional loss. Then we have the King of Pentacles. So this is a husband, father, businessman, a leader, stable, secure, independent, a provider. So it looks to me like this is just a transformational period of now feeling this love, and then we have the stage where you actually have to move on. You have to leave the past behind and move on to a brighter future. And then the underlying energy is an offer coming in. Right, let's pull a card from the enchanted map and see whereabouts on the map this reading is. Let's see if we can just get a bit more. Let me shuffle first, please. Protecting treasure. Okay, card number 39. I need to find the book. You are always protected and divinely directed. Okay, so this will be coming out of the dark night of the soul, where you have to surrender to divine guidance and like surrender it all, really. So although this is a time of great risk, know that at a fundamental level, you are able to move forward safely and securely. The proverbial nest egg is safe and sound no matter the fluctuations in the world. Guardian angels and other guides are whispering to you, making you aware of their protective presence. Your loyalty is an important theme now. Nurture that which you hold dear. This is a good time to strengthen bonds of friendship and ensure their integrity. If you feel tested right now, know that a true and loyal heart always achieves its aim. Take refuge under an angel's wing. You are not alone and have no need to fear. Embrace your courage. Okay. Good time to strengthen bonds. That's what I said about, now that you have this kind of, this feeling of unconditional love, or just this emotion of love now, what we're really doing is we're trying to ground love here on earth. So feminines are very much in the love element, let's just say that, but we need to ground it, otherwise we kind of get wrapped up in it and swept away. So you have to learn to kind of mature the love, okay? And then with masculines, it's once they experience love, then it kind of completely upheavals their physical world. So they have to learn to ground love here in the physical. And that's all we're doing, is we're just learning to ground love, because it's the most intense emotion that's out there. Okay, now I've read this one, didn't I? Yeah. Right. Let's have a look at the oracles of shadows and light. A powerful energy shift is exactly what you're feeling, especially as Mercury has now started to move again. So we've come out of Mercury retrograde, and what will happen is that you'll actually feel the effects of this for the next 2 weeks, but as Mercury started to shift and start moving, you may have felt this imbalance within your body, maybe sickness, and at the moment, don't be surprised if you don't just come over being really tired all of a sudden and just feeling the urge that you just need to stop and go and lay down, okay? It is really now just balancing out these energies, okay? So like I said, we're kind of ground in love. So, ground in love, that's nice. Number 10, oh, this is a long book. So it's the Eclipse Mermaid. This beauty... I'll start again because I just keep adding in these words. Okay. The beautiful Eclipse Mermaid floats in the wild Red Sea, watching, feeling a very powerful energy shift taking place. She is bathing in the energy and interacting with the energy, but she is not trying to direct it or force it into a particular direction. She has already prepared and is moving with it, but there is no effort involved. She is staying quite still, very calm but vigilant and observant at this moment. Her eyes reflect the energy of the eclipse, and within her all that has been hidden will be emerging into the open. What she will become depends on what she has hidden away. Eclipses are times of great shifts and awakenings, and sometimes unwanted and uninvited changes. When an eclipse comes through your life, simply acknowledge that a cosmic event is taking place, and it will have a ripple effect throughout your world. Allow what needs to emerge to come out, because during this powerful time, nothing can remain suppressed, hidden, or underneath anymore. Yes, so we can go back now to the shadow. Okay, so as we're moving out, okay, of retrograde for about 2 weeks, we're going to feel the aftermath of it, and things are going to be rising to the surface. We are coming out of the dark night of the soul now. Okay, so it's a collective energy shift. So pay attention. Don't feel bad if all of a sudden you want to go and sleep. Don't automatically assume that there's something actually wrong with your body. The physical and the energetic realms are really kind of integrated now, and you're going to feel that on your body through this transformation. Okay, so let's carry on reading this. So the Eclipse Mermaid speaks. This energy shift you are about to experience needs preparation. No effort, no force, but it helps to be ready. Expect amazing dreams, possible clairvoyant experiences, and please do watch addictions, gossip, the internet, the kinds of food you eat, and who you spend time with and how they influence you. These are all very significant when this being comes to visit. This is a magnificent time to start a new health regime, particularly if you are wishing to reduce addictions that are unhelpful. Remember, there's no real avoiding life and the planets and the galaxy's energy shifts. You can work with these eclipses and maximise their amazing power, or you can do nothing, and their changes could overwhelm you. The worst choice is to fight the energy and refuse to try something new. What will you choose as your own personal eclipse approaches? Okay, so divination message. A deeply emotional, energetic shift akin to that of a powerful full eclipse is taking place in your life. There could be revelations, scandals, and truths being told too at this time, and you may feel the urge to change what you eat, how you look and dress, how you express yourself, what classes you take, who you hang out with, and what you thought you wanted to do with your life. If you are on the path, your own soul path, everything that takes place will be good and right, even if it is disruptive. If you have not placed your feet on the path, this time may feel more disruptive, tumultuous and surprising. Any change at this time will bring you closer to who you truly are. It is up to us each of us to choose how we move through an eclipse. Only one thing is certain: resistance is futile. This is, I want to say, coming out now, it's about resisting the dark night of the soul, and this is this emotional loss, really. I feel like I want to read the meaning of this card. Do I have the book at hand for it? I know I do. There you are. Okay, 5 of Cups. So the key words are a sense of lost, unnoticed opportunity, and inheritance. So the meaning, a sense that something has been taken against your wishes, disappointment, bereavement or betrayal. You may have acted in anger and are realising the consequences. Fear of desertion seems to have materialised, shifting focus from your losses to the gifts that life offers, legacies and inheritance. Okay, I felt drawn to, with that protecting treasure. Okay. Right, what do I want to find out then? Let's have a look at this. All right, let's pull a chakra card and see what wants to come out. Workaholic. Well, the universe will definitely slow you down. If you don't slow yourself down, it will definitely slow you down so that you can ground love to earth. You can incorporate it into your life, and but that needs the dark night of the soul, unfortunately. But it's easier to understand when you've kind of come out on the other side. So let's read this card. I feel like I've lost all my books. I haven't. Okay, workaholic. So the blue section is about find your way of expressing yourself. It's a communication card. I'm just reading what the actual the meaning of the blue section is, because okay, the key words are truth, communication, loyalty, serenity, faith, spirituality, creativity and expression. So the cards are the 5th chakra, the throat chakra. This is about being able to speak your truth, communicating your needs and wants. The cards of the 5th chakra, I don't know why I'm holding this up because I'm not actually reading the cards. So the throat chakra, reveal at the core level of matters of communication. This includes creative focus and your ability to be heard and understood. Being able to communicate the truth you feel in your heart will bring forward all the positive attributes of these cards. When you deny your heart's knowledge, challenges will present themselves. Here you will find definition of personal leadership and redefine beliefs that no longer serve you. Personal responsibility will be brought into play. The blue cards are a reflection of how you relate to the world. All matters concerning self-expression will be revealed. These include personal forms of expression such as writing, art, speaking, and presentation skills. The resulting experiences in your life are linked to how you communicate with the world around you. In essence, this means that you will not get what you ask for, but you will get who you are reflected back to you. So let's have a look at the workaholic card here. Brad Blueberry. While I worked, my life happened. So the legend. Brad Blueberry paints and paints and paints. He has no time for anything other than perfecting his art. An elder Blueberry reminds Brad that one day he will be old and shriveled too, so he'd better live life to the fullest. Brad takes the advice and discovers that having fun enriches and sharpens his art. He finds out that life is what makes work valuable. Okay, so the inspiration. Are you waiting to complete your career before you live your life? Busy work may be helping you hide from the real issues. Personal inquiry. Am I working too much and suffering from burnout? Is there something important that I'm avoiding doing? The key ideas: feelings of inadequacy, transformation indicated, not being fulfilled by work, heeding warnings, refreshing your mind to improve your work. Key words are talent, fun, and friends. And the meditation. Imagine completing something you are excited about. Now stretch your arms out. Become aware that you are floating on water. The water is at the perfect temperature and in harmony with your body. The lady in the lake is holding you. Feel yourself twirling freely and playing in this space. She invites you to relax with her. Enjoy. Okay, so this is definitely what the dark night will do for you. It will take you out of it. It will slow you down. It's more of, rather than saying I don't have time to think, it's more you do the opposite. So it's like I don't have time to do things. It's kind of, that's really contradictory, isn't it? But it's like you choose to actually put effort in rather than being run off your feet all the time. You actually choose that, so you spend more time in solitude and serenity and peacefulness, and then you choose to actually put on the kind of pressure on yourself or to assert yourself rather than the world doing that, and you can't even find time to think. It's kind of an opposite thing. You will be drawn out of it. It said there's an indication of a transformation, and that is exactly what it's understanding the process. Let's get some Archangel guidance. I said I didn't want to be on for long. I've been on for 22 minutes. That's all right. It's not long for me. Relationship harmony. We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. I imagine you're just becoming more of the observer. Okay, so, or you need to be. Allow it to, if you can, just release and surrender to it rather than pushing against it. And it says there's gifts from God. So we angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. But I did say about opening your arms to the workaholic, wasn't it? Think of something really creative. And it says you are safe. I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones and home. You can really feel very vulnerable as you go through this. Just remember that all is protected. It's all in order. Even the chaotic stuff. Okay, let's get a journey of love. Knowing without knowing. This is tapping into your spirituality now, okay? So you kind of know what's going on without actually knowing in the physical. So 41. Sometimes the heart knows in a way that the concrete mind and memory cannot. We feel something that we cannot quite express. Perhaps others are quick to dismiss it as meaningless whimsy or irrationality, yet that feeling beyond the mind's capacity to fully perceive is the ancient truth of your greater self reaching through time and space to connect to you. Like a phone line extending from a more ancient place in the world, you can hear it crackle perhaps, not the clearest reception, yet you can also sense the love travelling along that telephone line. These things that you feel and that do not appear to make sense are the things to trust most now. You are being guided by a force far greater than your own mind. An ancient divine brilliance is reaching to you, communicating with you. You may not hear or understand it with clarity as yet, but you can feel it and trust what you feel. This oracle speaks to you of the opening up of your higher mind, of the part of your intelligence that can dialogue directly with the forces of divine guidance and creation. These forces are symbols, abstract communications through dreams and visions, through impulses that circumvent your conscious mind and have words streaming out of your mouth or flowing through your mind that you have not created of your own volition. Someone speaks to you and you respond with words that you feel you are hearing for the first time as they pour out of your mouth. Whose words are these, you wonder? It is your ancient self that speaks. Trust the strange and mysterious at this time. It is another way, an ancient way of wisdom that you are tapping into now. Enjoy this new sacred connection unfolding. This oracle is also confirmation that you have relationships around you now and continuing to come to you that are from times long past, karmic connections that will take you further on your journey of love. Okay, so the poem is, I've been here before, aromas open the doors, I walk through knowing. So when you actually are going through this transitional phase, it's really quite hard to try and explain to people what kind of is going on without people, you know, questioning your sanity, especially if they haven't kind of gone through this transformation. And it is something that tends to be quite solo, so you find that you don't have many to talk to, and that's when you kind of, I suppose, start seeking for answers or for your like-minded people that do understand, people that have maybe are going through this, or it's normally once they've been through it that they can actually maybe explain what's going on. So this knowing without knowing, it's the communication that you're getting through, and you have to trust that now because you're tapping into a completely different frequency. So pay attention to your body, the changes that you're feeling. Okay, let's get some romance angels. It says reconciliation, someone from your past is returning to your life. Well, if there's unconditional love here, we have the most positive card. Sunshine's on its way. There is a transformation going on, and you're going on really to stability and security. So let me read this card. Where's the Romance Angels book? Let's see. It says this card indicates that an ex-lover may be re-entering your life. The first person you think of is likely who it will be. The purpose of this reconciliation is to achieve healing and closure with respect to your past. You will understand more about yourself and see your relationship patterns more clearly. You'll also take responsibility for the role you played in the relationship's drama, which will free you from any tyranny of unforgiveness. Don't know if there's more. Yes. Reconciliations are ultimately about taking care of unfinished business. This card could also possibly mean making peace with a family member or friend. Each relationship is a sacred learning experience, so be open to this reunion's lessons and blessings. Ultimately, all healings help your love life and every other part of your world. So we know that the energy at the moment is working about relationships, looking at our home life, what we're wanting, what's satisfying. So, and it is a lot about trying to let bygones be bygones. So with this unconditional love, it brings a forgiveness. It brings more of a deeper understanding. And that's what the emotional loss is here. It looks like this independent masculine energy here just needs to really just move on from it and look at things from a different perspective. Okay. We'll get one more from here. It says, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So let's read this one. So I imagine that it says that everything's going to be brought up to the surface. It says that in the energy shift there, okay? So it's all going to be kind of rising to the top for all to be seen. And I am witnessing that a lot in my life, actually. A lot of things are kind of coming up. And not actually in my own life, but the people that I'm speaking with. So, let's read this one. So the romance angel sent you this card to help you notice the unhealthy or disconcerting parts of your relationships. If you are swept up in a new romance, this card serves as a cautionary warning. Pay attention to your feelings and impressions with regard to your new suitor. Don't allow emotion to blind you to characteristics or habits that won't work for you in a relationship. Okay. A red flag is a sign that something is off. It can include an indication of dishonesty, disrespect, flirtatiousness with others, substance abuse, a lack of integrity. While your new love interest may treat you wonderfully well in the beginning of your relationship, it's vital that you watch how he or she treats others. Someone's basic character is revealed by the way in which he or she talks and acts with restaurant staff, valet parking attendants, and other miscellaneous individuals. If you're in an existing relationship, these red flags may signal a need for an honest, mutual discussion or couples counselling. This card doesn't necessarily guide you to leave a relationship. Red flags can be markers along the path of healing. The romance angels will guide you to take steps that are healthy for everyone involved, so do follow your intuition. Now, it is really, if you have a look at your partner, they are actually a representation of your own choice. That's how I kind of look at it, is that, you know, the person that you choose to be your life partner is a representation of your own choice. It's a representation of you. So pay attention to the red flags. Very important to look at how other people or how your partner treats others. It's something that I definitely keep an eye out for all the time, really. I like to see how other people treat other people. It's just quite an amusing little exercise to do. Seem to be losing my voice. This is definitely about having a look at the kind of arrangements, the relationships that you're in. I'm going to finish on a postcard from Spirit and then I'm going to go. Okay. We've got two. Let's read them both. Okay, so let's get some messages from heaven. Excuse me. Okay, dearest Jew, we're a chatty bunch over here, always talking about how to support you in your life's journey. We communicate to you through the language of oracles, dreams, signs, metaphors, and omens. In your life on earth, however, clarity in your communication is essential to being understood. You don't speak in symbols, and if you did, you would definitely confuse things. Right now, you're facing a situation in which you're being asked to have integrity. Be clear and learn how to ask for your needs to be met. The first step is to admit out loud that you have needs. The second is to ask out loud for them to be met. And the third is to allow the other person, organisation, or even us to answer you. When you follow these steps, you can most definitely expect an answer. In your favour, affirmative, we say. Loving you so very much. What's it say here? It says you are divine beauty. Okay. This is about really stressing what your needs are. And that's it, really. Dearest wonderful you, to help you manifest a life for the highest good, we invite you to examine your deepest desires. Imagine all your desires, no matter what kind, like magic seed pods in a basket glowing with infinite potential. Look closely at each one. Are you afraid that some may bring you too much attention and invite negative reaction from others? Is change too daunting? Are you afraid to stretch and grow? Let yourself be led forward and let the seeds of positive intention take to the wind. Your desires count and you are worthy of them. They are essential for co-creating your world. Did you ever consider that when a desire comes from deep within you, it might be spirit moving you to create something beautiful to share with others? Some desires are infused with miraculous powers to move the heart and influence the world in ways you can't possibly know. We know you and love you so deeply and are so happy to support you. Okay. Gifts from God coming in. It's really just about having a look at what it is that you're desiring now and make sure that your needs are being heard. Actually, that you're speaking them first to make people aware. Let's end on a Mother Mary card. Our Lady of the Star Blossom. Okay. Card number 20. Blossoming for spring. I bring you sweet tidings of heavenly grace from the star-filled heavens. There are spiritual beings of great wisdom and love that wish to assist you now. These beings love you unconditionally and will only come to your aid if asked. I am with you and I shall always be, even when you ask for assistance from other loving beings too. Together we can assist you. These loving beings, through me, share this message with you. Ask us for assistance and we shall not hesitate to bring our great power to your aid. We all wish for the same result, for love to be made fully manifest. Ask for our help, beloved, and all shall benefit. So it taps in with grounding this, anchoring in this love now. So when it says we all wish for the same result, and that's for love to be made fully manifest. So ask for our help, beloved, and all shall benefit. So one of the simplest and most powerful spiritual techniques available to everyone is to ask for help each day from the guidance that loves you unconditionally. You may have a clear sense of who your guidance is, but more likely than not, you are not so sure. That doesn't matter at all, fortunately enough. All that is important is that you know that you have a team of higher spiritual guidance that loves you unconditionally and that their job is to help you fulfill your divine destiny on planet Earth. Now that may sound self-indulgent, but in truth, when you succeed spiritually, everyone on Earth benefits. Higher spiritual guidance operates on a win-win basis. Whatever you ask your higher guidance for assistance with will benefit the entire human race. As Mother Mary has a spiritual goal of liberating all living beings, she very much wants you to connect, not only with her, but with your entire team of spiritual guides. It matters not whether those guides are tribal elders from other lifetimes or star beings that resonate at the level of unconditional love, or angels or ascended masters, or more than likely a combination of some or all of these. What matters is that you get into the divinely helpful habit of daily requests of assistance. We live in a free will universe, and although these are literally legions, there are literally legions of angels and other spiritual guides awaiting our call, until we ask, they are not empowered to act. Our Lady of the Star Blossom comes to us with various messages. First, she lets us know that we do have a team of spiritual guidance that wishes to assist us, that knows of our struggles and can see a way to help. She reminds us that we need to ask for this help daily. You can do so simply through the healing process and affirmation for this oracle. Our Lady of the Star Blossom also brings healing of an old wound of separation. We may have been conditioned to believe that our personal success could only come at the cost of the happiness or comfort of others. Perhaps we have felt pressured or undermined by those that purport to love us and yet want to hold us back from our spiritual growth because they are scared of their own spiritual growth. That's my children coming home. Because they're scared of their own spiritual growth, scared of change or of becoming uncomfortable. Perhaps they threaten to leave us if we become too spiritual or weird. Or perhaps they are far more subtle about their disapproval on us of our spiritual path. Perhaps they try to shame us if we do not have the house cleaned when they would like. Or perhaps we have asked the children to make their own lunches in the morning while we are meditating. Our Lady of the Star Blossom tells us that no matter whether others may like it at first or ever, when we grow spiritually, everyone benefits. She asks you to surrender any hesitation about your spiritual growth and embrace it wholeheartedly. She asks you to call upon her and your guidance to help you and your loved ones walk the divine path that we are all on, with more loving trust and grace. She asks you not to feel ashamed or guilty for having a need for spiritual growth. She asks you to call for her help and to let her and your entire team of guidance do their job, which is to help you grow and heal, so that everyone, even your resistant loved ones, can benefit. If you have recently connected with spiritual guidance more consciously, or think that your spiritual communications abilities might be opening up, this oracle is confirmation of the truth of these intuitions. If you have been pondering on the identity of one of your guides, this oracle is confirmation that your thoughts are heard. If it is helpful, the identity will be shared with you as the name or some other identifier, such as a spiritual calling card, a fragrance in the air, a sound, a feather or colour, which you sense represents that guide. If you are wondering if your guidance is trying to reach you, if the universe is trying to tell you something, because you keep hearing a certain phrase or the lyrics of a song are playing in your head, then this oracle is confirmation that if this message is loving and helpful, then yes, it is from your guidance. If it is a fearful message or a feeling of foreboding, this oracle comes with a message that you are to surrender this to Our Lady of the Star Blossom and allow for healing to occur, and to pray to her guidance using the following healing process. Okay, so let's finish on this healing process here. This really does explain what happens during the dark night of the soul. It really is kind of at the end, you'll see who's left. People will walk away. They will not try and understand. They will not even try and understand. There you go. That's true. I remember trying to explain and want someone to talk to. I was going through my dark night of the soul, and when it got really, really dark, and trying to explain without somebody just trying to tell you to pull yourself together, actually trying to explain what the dark night of the soul is and what happens, especially as your diet's changing, your sleep patterns, your health, people could become quite frustrated because they're not understanding what's going on. And I suppose we're expecting people to try and understand, and how can they until they go through it themselves? So I'm hoping that this just kind of brings a bit of clarity on what's really going on. So let's read this healing process and affirmation. Find a place where you can be undisturbed for a few moments and say the following prayer, either quietly in your mind or when possible out loud. I call on the guidance that loves me unconditionally, and I ask for your protection, help, intervention and assistance in all ways that will benefit me and support my spiritual growth. Thank you. You can say this prayer every morning before rising and every evening before retiring. Finish your healing process with this affirmation. Our Lady of the Star Blossom, Mother Mary of all of my higher spiritual guidance who love me, and all of my higher spiritual guidance. Sorry, let me do that bit again. So finish your healing process with this affirmation. Our Lady of the Star Blossom, Mother Mary, and all of my higher spiritual guidance who love me unconditionally, help me now and always. You really need to call upon those angels, okay, or not even angels, mine are just my own spirit guides, okay, so I know who they are and I know what to ask them for, and you kind of already know, they give you the response, and you know, and it takes a while to be able to tap into that without kind of scaring people. That's what I want to say. And when it picked up about, I'm going to read this bit because this is the energy. Where are we today? We're Saturday, okay. So earlier on in the week, the energy that was coming out was more about people judging us on, actually, when we go through the dark night of the soul, it's like our standards can slip and we kind of feel that we're letting ourselves go, which we are. We're letting go of an old way. But what happens is old program starts coming in. So you start to see judgment of people picking you up on, well, why are you going to sleep? You're always tired. Well, actually, you don't have any choice. It's a transformation. Or why won't you go and find a job? Why are you not working? Why are you not doing this? Why is the house messy? Why isn't dinner done? And it's something that you just have to, it's part of the dark night of the soul, is to actually face that and listen to that and then deal with your own guilt, because that is how you feel. And that's what you have to deal with, is your own insecurity, because really, it doesn't really matter what anybody says to you. It matters how that affects you. So rather than focusing on what people are saying to you, why is this affecting you this way, that they're saying that you're lazy and it really is trying to, you'll lose all concept of time and money. And it's a process that we go through on this ascension journey. So it is really about not judging, okay, because you can feel then that you're then comparing list against list. It becomes a bit of a battle. And what you're having really is a spiritual war. You're best just to relax and allow yourself to go through it and to integrate this energy, really, and this new way of being. You will feel a lot more calmer, but you do need to not be in a mindset of, I don't have enough time to think, because you're that busy. And if that's your mindset and you're going through this transformation now, you're going to be pulled out of that. You're going to find yourself having a lot of time to think. So really, it's just going to be a complete shift of how we live. Okay, so have a fantastic weekend. And I'll catch up with you guys soon. I think that's all. If there's anything I can share, I'll share it over on the Facebook page. Find that at the channel of Love 666. But things have been coming through today for the Dark Night of the Soul, so it was quite, and the conversations I've had, I know that it's kind of the energy out there, but people are not really understanding what's going on. And once you kind of understand, you can change the story, can't you? And you know the truth, and you will come out the other side. Okay, guys, I'll catch up with you soon. Bye for now.